2012 Ford Focus. Heater hoses that are leaking by your firewall, where it attached to your heater core, which is underneath of your dash. 9 times out of 10, it'll be the left-hand side one. So when you're staring at the firewall, it'll be the one on the left. It'll be leaking, and you're going to have this type of weird fitting in your vehicle. The reason I'm doing this video is I see a lot of the videos that are on there online right now. A lot of them really don't show you how to fix it in a pinch. If you're in an issue where this is leaking and, you know what I mean, you're working 8 to 5 and you need to have the vehicle for the next day, or, you know what I mean, you can't get into a mechanic for a little while, and it's leaking heavy enough that you're putting in half a jug a day, and then wherever you stop, you leave this big ugly stain. So this is just like a quick fix, and honestly, in my opinion, can be a lifelong fix. So this is what Ford has, and I'm going to show it to you. This is very common in most videos. This is the fitting. There's going to be like an O-ring plastic collar in there, and I don't know if you can see mine, but there's a tear in it right there. So this is how it's going to be into your firewall. It's going to look just like this. It's going to be very tight. This is in the lock position. My phone is not focusing here. Yeah, see the arrow? This is the locked position. So what you need to do is get in here and just turn this. Of course, it's in a situation where you can't get your hand in here. They make a special tool. If you live here in Canada, where I live, these things, like a tool, is like going to be around $40 by the time it gets here, and then you got to wait. Honestly, I just grabbed a pair of either vice grips. Actually, I grabbed adjustable channel locks, and I was just able to go in there, and it turned with no effort whatsoever. So anyways, when you get this turned into the unlock position, there's 2 or 3 videos that say you just pull on it. Well, no, you don't. You don't just pull on it, because this is still in somewhat of a lock position on your little fitting. And what the easiest thing for me to do was get the channel locks, and I'll get it onto this part, kind of like where this little edge is, and just turn it about that far, and then boom, it just slipped off. I don't think it was any longer than 3 minutes doing this entire procedure. It is a very tight situation, but it was no problem. So here, we're going to go to the car, and I'll show you what I did. This is the line right here. As you can tell, that's the line right there. And what I did is, you can't actually see it. There's actually a hose clamp behind this one. There's 2 hose clamps, so there's one here, and then there's one back here. You can see the tang of the back one. What I did is I cut the rubber line right at the fitting, right where it attaches. I cut it right there, so then I took that and chucked it away. I took the hose out of this bracket. It's like a 2-prong bracket there. Unclipped it, because when it's in this position, it jams really tight into this AC line. So after I cut it, I put 2 hose clamps on, shoved it on very carefully, put it all the way on, tightened the 2 hose clamps, and I grabbed an old piece of floor mat or just a piece of rubber, something was smooth, and I literally just put it in here. So take that and just jam it in next to your AC line, just so it doesn't chafe, just like that. Tightened it up, both clamps, perfect. There's not much tension on these lines. You can see this here is what was on the other end. It's just shit, you're not gonna be able to see it. Yeah, right there. This here, it's just one of those squeeze clamps. There's not a lot of PSI through these systems. So yeah, that was the quick fix. Not leaking, looks good, and honestly, like what I'm saying here, I live in Canada, and this is going to be different for all other places. But to get this hose shipped to my place, it was like 70-some bucks. And then you're going to be dealing with this same locking thing, and you know what I mean, it might not last forever. So this is my opinion, you know what I mean. A lot of these Ford Focuses in these years up in Canada, you know what I mean, they're throwaway cars. No one wants to spend $80, $100. You got to buy the tool to do it all, or you take it to a mechanic. They're going to charge you $200, $300 to fix that probably. So anyways, that's just my opinion. Quick fix. And yeah, 2 hose clamps, tighten her up. It's a 19 millimeter hose diameter, which is very similar to like 3/4 or a little bit bigger than 3/4. The hose still had a little tightness going on. Hose clamps tightened it up good. There's no movement. You're good to go. So anyways, that's a quick fix. Thank you.